Thank you for listening to the Golden Hour Drip podcast with me, Logan Lee Miller. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Golden Hour Drip podcast. I'm your host, Logan Lee Miller, and today I have my littlest sister here.
Hi everyone, I'm Lily.
So Lily is a podcast veteran. We were trying to think on how many times she's been on my podcast.
I think I've been at least 3 times, so this will be my 4th time, I think.
And see, I was just thinking that she had been on the podcast twice.
I think it's 3 though. I swear it's been 3.
There's no way. But we're coming up on 4 years for Golden Hour Drip, so I'm like, oh my gosh, you probably have been on the podcast so many times. So Lily is my little sister. I have 3 sisters. Lily and I have a 7-year age gap. But you know, that's fine.
Yeah. We make it work.
In comparison, like my other 2 sisters are like a year apart from me, or like less. So Lily's always been the baby, and this year she's gone to college.
Yeah, I moved out. I'm like on my own, like an adult now, right?
a college girly. So last night I went and picked her up. As you can tell, if you're watching on YouTube, the location is different. If you're listening to the audio version, thank you so much for listening. If you ever want to, have the little video version, go to YouTube, because I am posting, okay? I'm doing my best. I'm doing what I can. But those videos are up. So last night I picked Lily up from her dorm, and we drove last night to Chicago.
And so now we're in the Windy City.
Yeah, and we're in Chi-Town, so we're so excited. We got here at 12:40 last night.
Yeah, it was kind of late.
I was exhausted.
We took a wrong turn. That's why we got here at 12:30. We're supposed to get here at 12.
I did take a slight wrong turn.
Yeah.
And that is because Lily's college is stupid. Okay, no.
Okay, well, I'm sorry she can't read directions, okay?
It was dark.
It was dark. I will give her that.
I picked her up November 1st, so my contacts, I have monthlies, and I'm supposed to use the next one on the 1st, but I forgot my contacts because I was driving to Iowa on the 31st. I drove on Halloween, got to Mom's, did the work day, and then went and picked Lily up that night. Well, my contacts they're dead. Okay, they're dried up, they're crusty, and I could not see.
I can't complain too much though, because I did nap for an hour.
Yeah, she was snoozing. She was like, okay, I'm gonna, and then I just see her reclining back. She was like, oh, this is so nice.
It's so peaceful, you know?
I was like, was good. Yeah. And the entire time, last night I was thinking, I remember when I got to be a passenger princess and sleep on the way.
You still do with Garrett, though.
I know. I feel like it's my time, though, to be the adult. So much of my life I've allowed other people, my parents or my husband or whatever. I really haven't had, a sense of independence to some point. What I mean by that is I've never lived alone. Lily has done something that I've never done. I've never lived in a dorm. I commuted.
Yeah, and it's definitely different. So actually, fun fact, I'm in a quad. So you're supposed to have 4 girls, but there's only 2 of us. I only have 1 roommate instead of 4. So honestly, it's kind of like a mini apartment, and I love it.
So with that, Lily is practicing independence every day, and it wasn't until this past year where I've done my solo trips and I've navigated a new city that I've never been to before. I've gone to Chicago before. This is my 3rd visit. I love Chicago. My 3rd visit, but the other visits, someone else was navigating. Someone else had the itinerary, and this time I have the itinerary. This time I'm the boss, the adult in the situation. Yeah. And so I'm it's fine that Lily's sleeping because it's my turn. It's my turn to have the brain in my head. Because honestly, when I'm with my husband, it's shut down. It's not working. I'm where's the Starbucks? Can you put that on the list?
No. Okay, so story time this morning. So I run cross country in college, right? And so in order to go on this little trip to Chicago, I had to run like on my own time. And so we went on a run this morning. It was so cute next to like Lake Michigan. That's one of
Okay, let me start by this.
Oh my goodness.
I have not trained all summer. I'm not a running girly right now. I want to be a running girly. I will be a running girly one day.
Yeah, we do have a turkey trot coming up, so she needs to turn into a running girly soon. But
so Lily's like, "Can you run with me?" I was like, "Sure." Like, how many miles?
And I was like, "Well,
4 miles."
Okay. Anyways, so she's like, "I'll rent a bike and bike next to you, okay?" All great, all good. We finish our miles, and she was like, "Okay, we're gonna turn right." We went on a 2-mile trek, not even close to our hotel.
If you've ever been to Chicago,
my point.
We were like on the boardwalk, like we were right next to Lake Michigan, and I thought that there would be an entrance that you can like get out of there, but no, you basically have to walk the entire thing to get out. I did not realize. Okay, I'm sorry.
So then we found a Starbucks and we got coffee and called an Uber. That was the point of the story. Is that she's like, "Where's my Starbucks?" We had to walk 2 miles to get it.
And in Chicago, there's literally a Starbucks on every corner.
Yeah,
like every single corner. But that's okay. That's a navigating mistake that I made. Okay, like, and we were fine. I will say, there was a woman. She. Her native language was not like English. Like, she was on the phone with someone and she literally was roasting Lily about her shorts.
Okay, but like running, like you get warm, like you're warmed up. So I wore shorts and like a long sleeve top. And apparently it's too cold outside.
She was like, all I could hear was "in shorts," and then because she was speaking in and out of English, and I was like, "Lily, that woman is roasting you right now."
Because everyone else has like 3 layers on, and I'm just over here like long sleeve and shorts.
So currently it's noon and it's 46 degrees out. We started out on our little trek around 9.
Yeah.
And it was around like 34 degrees. So it has risen in temperature, but like the sun was out. It was like it was a beautiful day. I have like I have my base pace like Lululemons on. They're like my thinnest leggings that I have. And then I just had like a little rain jacket over a long sleeve, and I was perfect. Like I wasn't running. I was cruising on the bike. It was so like nostalgic, beautiful. Like it was the movie theater. Like what you imagine, like the little montage or whatever when they're like driving and they look outside and they're like, "Oh my gosh," like, and it's like when they're moving to a big city or they're making this big change.
It's like the aesthetic fall girl, like I'm gonna go on a bike ride and be healthy in the crisp fall air. Like
it was perfect. And then I look over and Lily's like,
okay, I did not have the aesthetic fall because I was running, I was hot and sweaty, I was out of breath. Like my version may not be quite as like cutesy, but you know, the view was.
It was beautiful. Oh my gosh. And since I did cycle bar, or oh my gosh, I can't even talk. Since I did cycle bar all summer, essentially, like I feel like I can ride a bike pretty good. Although it's a stationary bike, I've been working on my core. Okay, I was able to ride my bike, take my camera out, and vlog Lily. I was like, "Look at this running girly." I did not flip it around because there was too many people around, but I think I could have flipped it around on myself. Like I think I could have, because it was beautiful. We got our coffee. Here in Chicago, they already have their Christmas stuff, which I don't know. Since I left on Halloween, I don't know if like where I live they've rolled out the like seasonal drinks yet, because we were still like with the pumpkin spice and the apple cider or apple cinnamon. I've been loving the apple syrup or whatever. Today they had the sugar cookie, they had the like chai, they had all of like the more Christmas drinks out. So it was kind of fun to go to the Starbucks and get like the holiday drink, if you will. What'd you get?
I got the sugar cookie one, and then you got the gingerbread chai.
The gingerbread. Well, there was a little coffee shop. Oh my gosh, we're talking about Lily.
Okay, no. So one time
I could talk about coffee for ages.
Logan talks about coffee all the time. So one time she came home. This was like in the spring sometime, so I was still back home too, and she slept in my bed,
As sisters do. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
home from college. Or I'm home from life.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just visiting.
So here I am, ready to go to bed. My eyes are closed, and Logan's like, "Do you want to talk?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure."
I love to talk, okay?
Okay.
Like,
And like, she would go on stories, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay,
no, okay, Lily
No.
was interacting more than she's letting on. Okay, she was having fun.
Okay, it was fun until I asked her what her favorite kind of coffee was. And then this girl went on a 20-minute monologue about the different types of coffee she gets, what coffee shop she goes to as she drives to work. Like, it was 20 minutes.
I just want to say that was a very low point in my life. It was not summer, it was spring. I had just gotten out of a terrible work relationship. And that was the only brightness to my life. Okay?
Yeah, her daily coffee. But yeah, and she told me like the breakdown of what was
like,
in
this
the
is how
drink.
you make it.
Yeah.
At home.
And I was like, okay, you tell me this at-home recipe, but you go to Starbucks every day to get it, so.
Listen, sometimes though, I do like a homemade coffee.
Yeah.
It is good.
I will say though, she did put me on the freeze-dried coffee, and that's
telling
really
you.
nice, because I can just like make it real quick before I leave.
Quick. Oh my gosh, and it's just as good.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just as good. It's a different flavor, obviously, and there's no syrup, but it is
It is really good.
it is chef's kiss. It's amazing. So, okay, let's get into our peaks and our pits.
Yeah.
So, I used to do this when I first started podcasting, except for it was the good, the bad, and the favorite. And then I stopped doing that for like a year, but one of the feedback, some of the feedback that I got from Lily was that she really liked that part. And so for the last couple months, I've been, when I remember, when I feel prepared, I've been incorporating it back into it. So we're going to do our peaks and our pits, and just know, like, if you don't like this segment of the podcast, it's because of Lily.
Okay, well, first of all, it was my favorite part because my sister had just moved away to college, abandoning me at home, okay? And so then I gotta, like, learn a little bit more about her life, and not just about, like, I know you did a hydration episode, but not just about, like, the hydration.
I did
gotta,
do hydration.
learn specifically about, like, what was going on in your life that week, so I loved it.
I will say some of my podcast episodes, like when I first started, were off the rails. Like, but you know, I think we're coming together nicely.
Yeah. No, I just remember the hydration one for some reason, because I remember I was
all the beverages. Yeah.
well, no, because I was with you whenever you were recording it, and you had like 8 different like boxes of hydration and like cans, and like she had them set up so she could remember like the name and the title, and it just sticks out.
Thank you for that. That was some behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to go first for your peak, or do you want me to?
What is your peak? Are you gonna steal mine?
Oh, well, my peak of the week is coming to Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
No, really, like, I've been looking forward to this all year. We got tickets to the Gals on the Go podcast. I love Gals on the Go. I listened, you know, they were one of the podcasters that influenced me to start my own podcast. And I feel like I've grown up with Brooke and Danielle. So it's been like, this is the first event that I've been able to go for them. It's in Chicago. My sister-in-law lives in Chicago. I was like, no matter what, like, I'm going to go, because even if I have to drive up and then leave, I booked this like back this summer when they first announced it. I was like refreshing the page.
Yeah, she was.
I was like on crack cocaine, like trying to just like get it together. Not really, but I was like stressing out because there was like issues with the site. Not anything on them. That's just how it goes when like so many people try to get tickets for an event, and sometimes the server just isn't prepared. The tickets that we got were at separate tables.
Yeah.
But we are at the row. But while I was doing it, I was like, Lily, do you want to come with me? And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh my god, tickets! I hope I can do it. So
yeah, well, initially we were sitting together, and then like the page refreshed,
and it's sold out. I had it like in my cart, and I was like, sorry, no longer available.
Yeah, so then we got separate tables, but it's okay. We're independent girlies.
I was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it's really great. One thing that I love about the solo travels is like meeting people and stepping out of your comfort zone to make conversations with a stranger. So I think it'll be good for both Lily and I not to be together, because I think sometimes it's like the safety net of being with your friend and you're just like, oh my gosh, and you're like talking. It can be really hard to approach someone who is with like their best friend. You know, they have their inside jokes, they're laughing. It can be intimidating.
Yeah, and
to go up.
Like you feel like you're third wheeling.
Yes.
So like, yeah.
Especially in an event, if you can like come alone. There's been events where I've came alone, like nobody else I knew there. And to break into that group, be like, hi, I'm Logan. It's nice to meet you.
Like, how are you? Where are you from?
Where are you from? Like,
small talk.
I promise I'm not like weird. Like, can we be friends? It's difficult. So I think it'll be good that we're at like separate tables. But this is our first trip just together.
Yeah.
Like, I, of course, am married. We're at different stages in our life. But I've had to wait for Lily to turn 18, essentially, right? Like, to come into her adulthood, because when she's in high school, like, this is the first time that she is an adult. Like, she's able to go on these trips. She's able to, like, not be with her parents.
And, like, make those decisions like myself. Like, because before I'd be like, hey, Mom, is it okay if I go with Logan to Chicago? But now I'm like, oh, yeah, I can go to Chicago. Like, it's fine.
It's, even though, like, our mom would have been, like, is supportive of Lily coming with me, obviously. But, like, it's just a totally different thing when you're your own person.
Yeah, and I have, like, control of, like, I know my schedule. I have control of my schedule. Like, that is really nice, I will say. Like,
it's a totally different feeling. Like, to just be on your own and be in charge of everything. It's just... So I've been waiting for Lily to grow up. Like, I've been waiting for her
She's been counting down the days.
And, like... Because I knew, I was like, man, you know, she's been a brat right now, but, like, we will be friends later. Like, I've been waiting for her to be, like, you know, cognitive, and 13 is hard, okay? 13, they're mean, okay? And so I was like, she might be mean now, but, like, I'm really hoping we'll be friends later. If you ever have, like, been around children, they're, like, horrible. So mean. I knew I was a brat at 13, 15, like... You think you know everything.
For sure.
You still, like, but now, we're, like, more on the same level. Yeah. We're now both adults. Like, it'll be weird for me, for, like, Brody to get to this age.
Oh, yeah.
Because Brody and I are 11 years apart, my little brother, in comparison to, like, Lily and I are only 7. That's still a gap. That's still, some time. But
it's not quite as big as yours.
Not as big as 11. Because, like, Brody's just now, he's a freshman in high school.
Oh, that's crazy.
It is crazy. Because he was born in 09 and you were born in 05.
Yeah. And our cousin is a freshman, too.
I know.
That was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Because his birthday was actually on Halloween. And I was like...
So, actually... So... Brody is my brother, but not Lily's brother. And we have a cousin. Lily and I have a cousin, though, who's in Brody's class. So Brody's like, we're related. Like, yeah, kind of. Not really, but yeah, you can say you're related. Like, because it is fun, like, inner dynamics or whatever of everything. But our cousin Alex is 6 months older than Brody, or roughly, because October, November, December, January, 3 months. Okay, I totally lied.
Was like, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. 3 months. So they're 3 months apart. But it's wild because, like, Lily grew up with her cousins, right? Like, the Alex and Brooklyn, our other cousins, they're, like, Lily's age, you know? But, like, my Aunt Holly has a cousin who is my age, like, or a son my age, you know? So it's just, you know, these second-generation children. That's what I call them.
Second generation. Okay.
But, no, Mom's been referring to you guys as second-gen, too.
No, because I remember whenever she was like, okay, we're going to have the OG cousins take a photo. And I'm like, what do you mean?
This. I'm like,
no.
OG is over here. Like,
no, absolutely not.
You know, OG
whatever.
Because we do. And even, like, my, on my dad's side, like, we have, not secondary, but, like,
the younger generation,
Because, like, my cousin Wyatt just graduated graduated high school last year. So he and you are, like, closer in age, and, like, both of his parents, like, he has the same parents as his brother or whatever. So the age gap, man, like it's totally wild. So, but my peak is actually getting here. I know we went on a little bit of a tangent.
A little bit.
But my peak is being here with my sister, being in this point in our life, one where we have the finances to like be able to come and book a trip, but also like the confidence and the independence and just like where I am in life. I'm on a high, okay? Like I am on the highest high. It's been so good. Like I'm just really, really grateful to be here, even though like I was a little worried to be in charge, you know, of Lily. Like my mom will murder me if like Lily gets stolen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
what's your peak?
Logan stole my peak. Mine was coming to Chicago. You know, like
she's like my
jailbreak.
My peak was also growing up and being to be friends with you.
No, not quite. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, that's so funny.
My peak is like coming to Chicago, having a break from college. Like I get the next 2 days off of classes and then I have the weekend. So like technically it's a 4-day weekend and it's so exciting. I like submitted a paper this morning and that's it. That's all the schoolwork I have to do.
College girls.
It's amazing. I love it.
I was like, are you gonna be ready to go for a run? She's like, as soon as I submit this paper. I was like, golly, I don't miss that. That sucks.
Yeah.
Like I loved college. I was a college girly. Like I thought it was so
college.
fun. But like I forget like the papers and the coursework.
Yeah.
Like I have my own deadlines for like the things that I'm doing, but to be on someone else's schedule, that's one thing that's so nice about being an adult.
Yeah.
Like as like besides work, like then that's just a little bit. I mean, I could switch a job at any time. You're kind of locked in for college.
Yeah, a little bit, but you know, my professors are amazing. They were like, "Oh, have so much fun." I did tell them that this was a family function, though.
It is a family. I am family. We are family.
Yeah, I was like, we have a family function in Chicago, so I'm gonna be gone the next 2 days.
Listen, this has been great. Okay, what more family do you need? Okay,
Yeah.
we FaceTime mom like. And
Oh,
like,
we
it's fine.
did, yeah. So it's been great though. That's my peak.
Your peak. Okay,
Yeah.
so your pet. What you can do your pet first.
Okay, so I am like a college athlete, right?
A
Like
college athlete girly. Okay, she does it all. She just got initiated into her sorority.
I did.
She is just like seamlessly into this college era. Okay, sports athlete, amazing, full package.
Yeah.
Send your, interests. Like if you have a little bit of a resume, she is a catch. Send it via Instagram to me first. Okay, but,
gotta improve on
I will approve. Okay. But yes, so little college girly athlete,
Yes.
so proud.
But with that, I like strained my muscle that connects my hip to my quad.
Injured runner girly.
But I'm still running, right? And like they wrap my hip, but it is the most dramatic wrapping. Like it looks like I'm about to lose my leg or something. Like
It did look bad.
it is so dramatic. Like 'cause
I think
like,
it's fake. Okay, like she.
like it goes from like my mid quad, it gets wrapped all the way up and then around my waist. So like my whole
Lily is a
goodness.
pick me girl.
Oh, whatever.
She's like, pick me. She's
No.
like, I am a runner girly, but I am injured.
But I'm still running though. Like I feel like a pick me would be like on the bench, being like, can't be, you're gonna beat me.
Right, that's what a pick me would say.
Yeah. No, I'm not a pick me. But anyways, so my pit is that I've been having this such a dramatic injury
Yeah.
for the past week and a half.
That does suck because you're like wanting to perform in college.
Yeah.
You want to do a good job. And when you have something holding you back like that, like it's so painful.
Yeah, and we have regionals next weekend, and like regionals is like the qualifying meet for nationals.
Mhm.
So like it's a big deal, and I'm like, I can't be injured for regionals. I can't be injured. So I'm just like speaking into existence that my hip's gonna be healed.
Okay, I hope so. That's great for you.
Okay, what's your pit?
So I don't really have a pit. Like
Oh my
things have
gosh,
been
that is a pick me girl. My life is perfect.
Okay, my pit is my little sister is trolling me daily. Like I don't understand. Like she
Oh my
roasts me
God.
for no reason. Like it makes me so sad. Like I don't know.
Okay, you know how we were talking talking about how it was 34 degrees this morning?
Yeah.
This girl got an iced coffee. An iced coffee! It
Okay.
is 34 degrees out.
Okay, I got an iced coffee, but guess who was too embarrassed to order a hot coffee and also got an iced coffee?
No, I got an iced coffee because I knew it was going to taste better.
Yeah, it always tastes better. We're back on the coffee grind.
Oh my
Okay, so who brought up the coffee? Lily brought up the coffee.
Okay, this one time, but I just wanted to point out that that was like such a pick-me moment too.
For iced coffee?
Yeah, that's like such like a
Getting iced coffee means you're a pick-me girl.
yeah,
Said it
it's like
here
a
first
basic
by-
girl thing.
No! A pick-me girl and a basic girl are not the same.
Basically, they're pretty close. They're correlated. A pick-me
Okay.
girl can be a basic girl.
Yeah, probably.
A basic girl turns into a pick-me girl.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, she's talking about being basic. I just want to like paint the visual for you.
Okay.
We are both in Lululemon pants.
Yeah.
We both have crew white socks on. That is basic as you get. We both have
Okay.
fake Uggs.
You didn't have to bring in the fake Uggs, okay?
I have a Stanley Cup.
I do not.
Lily doesn't, but she has a water bottle addiction.
Okay.
The Starbucks cups, don't you have Starbucks cups?
I have like one. I have one. Okay, to be fair though, I love my water bottles and I like to switch them out throughout the season because like different water bottles match different seasons in my life. And I have like my athletic water bottles because like you have like your basic Gatorade bottles that you use. But I also have like my 75 hard challenge water bottles. So like you drink a gallon for that a day. So like
as she's talking, I'm staring at her money pieces, which are also a money piece is like the blonde part in your hair.
whatever.
I'm like, oh, another basic thing. How funny. Anyways, moving on from your water bottle fetish. So we have big plans for the day.
Yes.
Lily, unfortunately, forgot her entire wardrobe.
Okay. Logan rushed me to leave. She was like, okay, we gotta get on the road. Let's go.
Okay, it was already, I got there at like, what time, 8:20?
Yeah.
No, 7.
It was like 7:30.
7:30, I get there. Okay, I had already driven an hour to get to Lily. I had a work day. I went to work. Like, she's like,
I had a work day too.
I was not rushing her. Okay, she was
was.
not packed. Okay, I get there.
No, because she had to bring a suitcase from home. Because, like, I, like, sent home all my boxes and suitcases, like, once I moved in to, like, my dorm. And so she needed to bring me a suitcase. And that's why I needed to get packed, okay?
Interesting. So she didn't have anything, like, folded up, ready to be put in the suitcase.
I did.
She was, so let's back up there.
Okay.
She forgot.
No, listen. I had, like, some, like, my pink shirts for tonight hanging up in my closet, ready to go. But I didn't want them to get wrinkled yet. So that's why they were still in my closet. And then Logan rushed me, and so I forgot my pink shirts.
Interesting.
It was very sad. I
It's
also
all
forgot my
my
skirt.
fault. Big
Yeah.
sister issues.
And then she wouldn't turn around. We were like 2.5 minutes from campus. She goes, we're not turning around.
First off, it was more like 8.
It was like 2.5.
I had already taken
maybe
a run.
3.
And may I remind you guys, I was blind.
Yeah,
okay?
this is the
my
time.
contacts are not working. Okay? There's bright lights everywhere, construction everywhere, the weirdest turns in the world. Okay? 12 out of 12 would not recommend at all whatsoever. But we just had Halloween. So, tell us about your Halloween outfit.
Oh, okay. That is not
Okay,
basic
this is
though.
so funny.
I knew you were going to bring... Okay.
Um,
It's not an example of basic. Being basic would have been like dressing up as Barbie. No offense.
No,
but,
that was not basic because hardly did it.
Okay. Or like Playboy Bunny.
Okay.
That's basic. Okay, I wasn't basic.
Okay, so she's throwing out like equivalent things to what she was.
No, I'm not. I was Batman. No one was Batman.
Oh, let's back up there. Batman. What kind of Batman? Did you have like a mask and a cape?
No.
What kind of Batman?
So
Sexy Batman. I mean,
Listen though.
No, I think it's good though. Like when you're in college, like that's the time.
Okay, listen though, because I looked on Pinterest for all of my inspiration, and I ordered 2
And that's when it
outfits.
popped up.
I had Batman or Wonder Woman, but it was really cold on Halloween. It was like 30 and windy, and so I was like, I'm gonna be Batman, because Batman had like long sleeves, and Wonder Woman was like a corset top. And
She bought both.
yeah, I did buy both.
She wanted to wear both.
Anyways, so my Batman costume, there's like not one for like women, like.
Yeah, because it's either Catwoman or Batman.
But I wanted to be Batman, but in the female version.
Hey, I hope that you're enjoying today's podcast episode. Just a quick interruption to let you know that Golden Hour Drip has a weekly newsletter that comes out. This has bonus content, weekly updates, and future event information. If you haven't already, go down to the show notes, click the link, and join today. Now, back to the show.
So my outfit was like a really cute mini skirt with a tie.
The only Batman thing about her was she had an emblem.
Listen,
on her crop top.
I was gonna get to it, and then I had like my thigh-high black boots that were so cute, and then I had a long sleeve top with like a glitter Batman.
When I saw her, I was like, oh, I'm getting flashbacks from 2016.
But the reason that I had to have such like a basic outfit was because there was no woman Batman costume.
Yeah, very true, very true. But now we're into November.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, because, you know, your opinions change so much when you get to college. Like, you can, like, change and whatever. My view is October 31st, that's Halloween. We got it.
Yeah.
November 1st, that is the start of the holiday season. Holiday. Like, it's okay to watch Hallmark movies. Like, it's okay to, like, want to do Christmassy things. Like, this is when you are allowed to start shopping for Christmas, or, like, start picking up ornaments or decoration. I love Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is so important, but Thanksgiving is a day and a feeling, right? Like, we should be thankful the entire time. There's 1 week of Thanksgiving.
And there's a month of Christmas?
Yeah, November is like holiday. It's not Thanksgiving, right? Like, it's not a Thanksgiving theme. Yeah. It's still fall, so obviously not like winter. But for me, it's like November 1st until like the first week of Thanksgiving could technically be Christmas.
See, like,
and then it's Thanksgiving and then Christmas again.
I think that you can like start like transitioning into Christmas, but like I'm not for sure that I would watch a Hallmark movie or like play Christmas music until after Thanksgiving.
I love Christmas music. I also like the acoustic, or like the of like pop songs or whatever. Like, I like getting into like a classical musical, like a slower vibe, like being really intentional with my time, being in the kitchen, baking, cooking, and just like really getting into the vibes. I like Christmas music though.
But, okay, Christmas music, I feel like they play it so often in like the stores that
I don't but I feel like in the stores they play like the same 15 songs.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I like it when it's like some classical, some regular, some like, I like a mix. Yeah, for sure. Also, like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, it is like, I don't want to say heavy metal, but it's like Christmas, and it's similar to heavy metal. We went to their concert. It was so good. Listen, it was so fun.
It was like Christmas, but heavy metal.
No, it was fun. I don't know, like, it was an orchestra, though.
Okay.
And it was so good. They had like a light show. I really want to go to the one this year, but we have conflicting events. I'm so sad.
Really I think I remember you
going
to that.
Yeah, it was like a light show. It was really, really cool.
I remember you talking about it now.
Yeah, it was like 12 out of 12. Like, I would recommend 100%. It was so cool.
Okay, well, maybe I'll go this year.
No, next year. I would go with you.
Okay. What was it?
Or you can go by yourself, because Independence is great.
Independence. That'd be great. That'd be a great trip, actually. I wonder, maybe I should go on like a trip by myself sometime.
Yeah, like I recommend it for sure. I guess I didn't go on like a specific solo trip by myself until I went to, I did my mission trip to Belize.
Oh yeah.
But that was sophomore year.
So I want to study abroad, and if I study,
I would recommend. I would come visit you. Like, while you're abroad, like you have a dorm. Like, I can sleep there.
So
I think it sounds great.
You can sleep on the floor.
I will not be. I will sleep in the bed. You sleep on the floor.
I'm not, why would I sleep on the floor? It is my bed.
I'm a guest.
Okay, we'll see. But I was thinking about like studying abroad for a semester.
Yeah.
And like obviously it would be open to other students at my college, but typically you're not going to have more than like 1 or 2 people go to the same university. And so like that would be like a solo trip.
I think it would be awesome.
I think I'm going to go next spring.
I highly recommend. This upcoming spring?
No, like 2025 spring.
Oh yeah, that would be so cool.
Yeah. So not this spring because we have our trip to Africa.
Oh, yes.
And so I would literally be like back to back. Like I would come back and then I'd have like a week and a half and then leave again.
To go. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe not this spring. I'll wait.
And do it the next one.
spring. Yeah.
That way also you can be a college student.
Yeah.
One thing I do regret is not studying abroad myself because I was so immersed into like college culture and I was doing so much on campus. I felt like it wouldn't have served me. And you know, there's no bad mistakes, there's no wrong decisions, as Lily and I like have been discussing lately. But like it gives me opportunity for like as an adult, as a young adult, like I don't have children at this point in time, so I can essentially do whatever I want. Like I can go and not have to like coordinate a babysitter or, you know, have like grandparents watch them. I literally can do whatever I want. So I'm not trying to hijack your solo trip. I would love to go to Greece. Like I think that would be so fun.
Okay, so technically I'm supposed to graduate in 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So I could technically take like fun classes my 4th year and just study abroad my 4th year.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I mean, I still have to pay tuition, but like...
I could also graduate within 3 years. I added 2 more majors to my thing because I wanted my full experience. I went 4 years.
The majors and the minors are kind of a problem because right now, so I'm a business and psychology major, right?
I love it.
And I have an emphasis in marketing for business.
Perfect.
Okay, but I want to add another major in organizational science and a minor in communication studies.
Why?
Why? Because it ultimately is going to help me with my marketing.
What do you want to be?
Communication would like play a huge part in marketing, and like one of the classes that I'm going to take next semester is like public speaking because like I was homeschooled growing up, so I do think like that class would benefit me even if I'm not a communications minor.
I think public speaking, no matter how confident you are, is good.
Yeah.
Like I was in public speaking, and although I'm a very confident person and had spoken in front of large crowds, it was still good for me to do. And Lily is also like a wonderful public speaker. She this past summer was crowned Bremer County fair queen. Like, so she was the queen of the fair. She had to interview at the Iowa State Fair. If you watched the vlogs, you saw. But like, she had to speak in front of crowds with a microphone and keep conversation. So Lily is very, very good at public speaking, but we all have like the times where we're like not as confident.
Right.
But I think learning is so important, and being able to like learn as much as you can. I personally, I had 3 minors and a major. So I liked it all. Like, and of course, like some of them had like classes that I took that also counted for the other one. But like, I got something good from all of them.
Exactly. And like, okay, so we don't technically have to declare our major, right? Because you take all of your gen eds. So I technically have like a whole year where I can just do like my business classes and wait to add my other majors or minors. But I think that'll just be a really fun experience.
I think so too. I think it's fun. I also don't think that it's a bad idea to lighten your load senior year, because you're going to be wanting, if this is your path, depending on what you do, you might at that time be looking for internships. You might be starting to, you might be in your industry. Like a lot of people do an internship there every single year, or sophomore year, junior year, senior year, and then they get their job offer. So not having like a hard school situation is good, because if you're gonna like try for that next thing or whatever, it can be really helpful for your overall process.
So I will say I do want to study abroad, like internationally.
Yeah.
But my school also offers like a May term, so it's for the month of May, where you can also travel like domestically.
Oh, cool.
And I could go to New York as like an intern.
I would love that.
I know.
I would love to visit. I'm going to New York in December. I have never been to New York. I think I would hurry, like Chicago.
Yeah.
They compare it to like a smaller New York. I could be a city girl.
I could too. Like I think I'd have to go back to the farm after like 10 years, but I could be a city girl for a while.
Yes. So like Lily and I, we grew up together. We've always been together until I went to college. Like we were in the same household. We grew up on a farm. Like we grew up with chickens and goats and animals essentially. But like there's something to be said about the city life, the convenience. Like I love shopping. I love to pick things up. I like to have an event. And although like I like that. I do like being where I live, where I can go outside barefoot and like walk around. But I think I could be a city girl too.
I love the convenience. So I moved from like a small town to like a pretty big town. Not as big as Chicago by no means, but like I can still get like food at like midnight, and I absolutely love
food
that.
At midnight, yeah.
Or like Target is 10 minutes away.
In comparison, Target was like an hour.
Yeah,
40 minutes, yeah.
So, like, the convenience is insane, and I love it so much.
It's nice. Like, it's just, where I live, it's 30 minutes to get to, like, a major shopping center, but, like, 10 minutes to, like, my college town, essentially, which is not super small. Like, it's not big by any means, but we have, like, food places.
Yeah.
Growing up in our small town, we had Casey's and Subway.
Yep.
That's it. And like one family restaurant sometimes, but they switched owners so many times. It was never like you couldn't count on it. Like it one time was a pancake house. It's been Mexican restaurant. It's been like
a basic diner.
It's been so many things.
Yeah.
Like and so you couldn't count on it. So we ate a lot of Subway or Casey's. That's all we got. Like that's all there was.
So the convenience of the city I do love, and I think honestly like right after college I probably will stay in the city.
Yeah.
And like, you know, get the basic like apartment that's like 2 feet wide.
So Lily has never watched Sex and the City, but she wants to have her Carrie moment. Okay, she wants to go out, she wants to be a working girly, and you know, I love it. I'm here for it. Like I want her to experience it all. I want to, you know, crash her plans anytime I get. But I think it's great to have like a sense of independence when you are first starting out because there's so much that you don't know about yourself.
I know, and I have like a whole like adventurous side of me where I want to try new things and I want to like do it all. So like scuba diving and like what's the one when you jump out of it?
Oh my gosh, skydiving.
Skydiving, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't like a word blank. Like I want to do those. Those are like very typical like bucket list things, but like those are things that I want to do just to try it. Say I've done it.
Yeah, I definitely want to go skydiving too. And I just saw Creighton Allen, one of our like friends.
Oh, yeah.
She actually went skydiving like not that like long ago, and I just remember her doing it and thinking, oh my gosh, like that's the first person I know like personally that has done it, and it's really been inspiring. I was like, oh my gosh, like I would love to do that.
A girl I ran cross country with went skydiving like a month ago, and she
Really?
posted it on like Instagram, and so that's
cool.
like, yeah.
See,
It's a sign. We should go.
I personally, like, I also like to do things and be adventurous. And I think as a kid, like, I was always the one to, like, do it. You know, like, with your friends or whatever, if they were nervous, I would always be, like, the first one to be like, I can do this. Like, I'm going to take the plunge. Like, whatever it is, I'm not scared. And so I really like that about you, too, because, like, that's something that we share in common. So we go on a family float trip every year. And like we're cliff jumping, like we're jumping off into the river, like we're doing whatever. And I think that's really fun, and that sense of adventure is so healthy.
Yeah. And like just trying new things and like getting out of your comfort zone, like I think that's so big. And like going to college this fall for sure, like I've had to like go outside of my comfort zone. Like one thing that I was talking to Logan about was like sitting in the caf. Like I don't like being alone and eating in the cafeteria, and so like I have to approach new people if my friends aren't there. I have to be like, hey, can I like sit with you?
It's hard.
Like,
Yeah, it's difficult.
It is, but like honestly, I made that connection, and then I'll like pass them on the sidewalk and be like, oh my gosh, hey, like I ate lunch with you, like, and then you start that friendship.
Absolutely. And what I tell Lily all the time is you never know who is going to be that next piece in your life. Like I really like the concept of you unlocked characters. Like, if you think of yourself as, like, a main character, like, that person that you might have passed without even realizing it, they weren't in your conscious mind. It's just, like, a background character. And then, like, you both reach for the cereal bowl, and you're like, oh, like, sorry, haha, you know, like, and you become friends, and then that connection actually led you down a path that you needed or that you were wanting. For me, it's always, like, I'll think about something, I'll be like, oh, that would be really cool if I did that, or if I write it down in my goal journal. It's the times where I am the most open or, like, friendly. Like, I'm allowing myself to have that connection with other people. Like, instead of standing in line somewhere on my phone, like, it's when I have my phone away and I, like, smile at someone or, like, talk to a new friend. That's when whatever I'm needing, I get. Like, I make the connection, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that's so cool. Like, actually, I'm looking to do that thing. Especially with the Golden Gal Network, like, I have been meeting girls at, like, these meetups, and it's crazy because then I, like, make that connection, and I didn't know I needed it. It's the loose ties. Like, people who you first meet, like, or have that, like, very loose connection with, and I say loose as in we shared a cereal bowl. Yeah. Those people usually, like, they'll, like, mention you in a room. They'll be like, oh, actually, like, I met a girl, she does that. And they recommend you in comparison to, like, maybe your strongest ties, your best friends. Yeah. They don't normally do that because,
like, you're just, like, you're familiar to them.
Too familiar, and they forget. Like, they don't realize it. So I think it's great. So what has been your, like, technique to talk to new friends?
I just go up to them. No, I just go up to them though. I'm like, hey, like, do you mind if I sit next to you? And then, like, I'll be like, okay, the most basic, like, small talk thing in college is, what's your major? What are you involved in? Yeah.
What do you use to break the ice, though?
That's what I use.
You say hello?
Yeah.
Like, you just say hi?
Yeah.
You want to know what I do to break the ice?
What do you do?
I go, oh my gosh, I love your outfit.
Okay, but you just lied to them.
Nuh-uh, not usually. I'll say something I like about them. Like, oh my gosh, your hairstyle is so cute.
Do you know, you've watched Mean Girls, yeah?
Of course.
Okay, and, like, how Regina, like, yeah! Oh, that's what she just did.
Nuh-uh, I normally mean it. Like, okay, first off, not to be judgmental. But if there's something I don't like about someone, you think I want to talk to them? If they have a shirt on that is, like, really vulgar or something, you think I'm going to be like, oh, I love your shirt, let's start a conversation? No.
Maybe if you're lonely enough.
I avoid them like the plague. Listen, who you surround yourself with is so important. If you have 5 broken pencils, you're going to become the 6th, okay? Like, you need to be surrounded by the people who are going to sharpen you and make you that nice, neat, cool pencil.
That was a very good.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So no, I'm not going to talk to that person who might be scary. I always mean a compliment.
No, because then, like, I can compliment them, but that doesn't mean that I can, like, sit at their table.
No, you say, I love your outfit, or I love your shirt, or I love your ring. Where'd you get it? And then they talk about it, and they're like, oh, I actually got this from my older sister, Logan. She's so cool.
I actually did get this shirt from Logan.
I know.
It's back whenever she had her little boutique.
Yes, I had a boutique. Lily was a model. It was very good. This was part of, like, a set.
Yeah. I don't wear the pants too often, but I wear the shirt.
But I'm out of my boutique era.
Yeah,
listen,
it's okay.
You gotta have some failed businesses. You gotta try new things.
Well, you gotta, try new things. Get outside of your comfort zone. See if you like it. Like, you tried the boutique and you found out you didn't like it, and so you were able to, like, be like, I tried that, I know I don't like it, now how can I move forward?
Yeah, for me, and if you've listened to, like, last Monday's podcast episode, I'm finally feeling like I have direction. And I tell Lily that all the time, like, you do not have to know anything. Like, and I truly think that it is a disservice to put so much pressure on young people to know what they want. Like, I felt so much pressure to be like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. This is my 5-year plan. And it was like that cookie cutter plan of everyone, right? Like, oh, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to graduate. I'm going to get married. I'm going to have 8 children. I'm going to, like, all these things. And although, like, I love my husband and I wanted to marry him, like, I don't think that I would have got married unless it was Garrett. I don't want to have a bunch of children when I'm younger. Like, I want to be an older mother. Like, I want to be 30 or 35, you know? Like, I want that in a different part of my life. And so right now I want to make the mistakes. I want to try new things because I felt like I was put in such a box. I didn't get to experience it in college. Like, although like to some degree, but I did not get to make as many mistakes as I wish I would have allowed myself to.
Yeah.
To try those things.
I think there's some, like, expectations set for you, too. Like, you're supposed to go to college, keep good grades, find your husband there, like...
Get a good job, cookie cutter, 9 to 5.
Yeah, like, those are the expectations you set. Like, you're not supposed to make mistakes.
I know, like you're supposed to be perfect. And this isn't even, like, our parents. Like, because our parents are always so supportive, like, you know, my mother... I'm always forcing her. Now she listens to like the podcast and stuff, but like they're always supportive, and it's not even that, but it's like society as a whole, like your friends, your parents, your teachers, like so many teachers are like, where are you going to college? Like I know for my high school, like not a lot of them asked about trade schools.
No.
I will say they did put like a board up, which I thought was really cool, of like people who were going to trade schools, but like that wasn't celebrated. Like, people did not... I think it's so cool to go to a trade school. I think it's so cool to start your own business. Like, if college is not for you, don't go to college. Like, or if you don't think college is for you and you want to try college at a different time, you can start college at 25. Like, everybody's journey is different, and it's so horrible to think that we should all, like, be the same. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, be unique, be you.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's so hard because for me, I had that like people-pleasing tendency.
Yeah. And along with that though, like with social media and like TikTok, like you're always trying to follow like the trends and like fit in though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's so like, we're like, be you, but only to a certain extent. Like still follow the current trends and the current styles, you know?
Yeah. I definitely think like de-influencing is gonna be like a really pivotal point for people. But I do like being influenced, I will say. Like, I actually like it. Like,
some of the outfits are really cute,
I kind of like the suggestions because I'm like, what are we wearing, girls? Like, what are we doing, honey? Like, what tennis shoe are we wearing this season? Like, I kind of like part of the influencing, but it's also like, and we've seen some creators like pop up who are like more relatable and who aren't like perfect all the time. Like if you take Alex Earl, like she's definitely like messy. That's why we love her. That's why she has her podcast Hot Mess. Like she's messy and authentic, and like her room is a mess. That was one thing for me. Like seeing how messy her room was helped me because I feel like my house has to be clean at all times.
Yeah. And then if you like record, then you're like, oh, I don't want them to see the mess in the corner. Like,
and it's been so freeing, like for my vlogs, to be like, oh, like it's okay if things are out. It's okay if it's messy.
Well, no, I feel that too because when Logan got to my dorm, like I had like clothes set out to like be put up or like put in my suitcase, and then I had also just done laundry and I hadn't put those clothes away yet, and she started vlogging. I'm like, don't vlog my messy room, like please stop.
That's like, it's okay to be messy. Like I vlog when my house is a mess. Like I'm tired of putting up a front that I'm perfect. Although it's hard to believe, I know, like
whatever.
But it is like, and you always like have the comparison of people you went to high school with or from different periods in your life. You always have the expectation like, I'm doing better.
Yeah.
I'm growing, like I'm doing better than you, even though like you don't want to be a snob, but you never want to be the person that, oh, Logan really let herself go. Oh, Logan has no direction in life. Logan is a loser. You know, I would never say those things about myself because I'm not. But like, you don't want someone else to think that about you.
For sure. And like, okay, so for example, going back to like high school and how like no one else went to trade schools, almost everyone in the high school that we went to the same school. Like everyone goes to the one main school.
Yep.
And like, so to say that I was going to like a smaller private school was like weird.
For me, going to out of state, like my dad lives in Missouri. I grew up in Northeast Iowa. To move to the Missouri and like go to a college that like my mother went to, like it was her alma mater, but like nobody from my college like class went. Like nobody, and they all went to Iowa State, or they went to
Iowa.
Yeah, those are
it's Iowa State or
what's
Iowa.
the purple one?
Oh, UNI.
UNI. Okay, so those were like the top 3, and I will say like 90% of my class went to those.
Yep. I think most of my class, and like what's crazy to me, okay, so you know how we were talking about like stepping outside of our comfort zone and making those new friends, and like when you're with your best friend, like you don't typically step outside of your friend zone. Well, friend groups went to college together, which is all great that you have that set standard, but like they're not gonna meet as many people because they're always gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna like hang out with my high school friend group.
Exactly.
Because like some of them are roommates together too.
Which I think it's all in the control factor. They know this. You know, they say like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't or whatever. It's still the devil. Like it's still, you know what I'm saying? Like they're talking about uncertainty. They're talking about like when you are unsure, like, oh, at least I know this pain. Like if you're in a crappy job or a crappy relationship, you're like, oh yeah, this sucks. But like,
it's better.
I know it. You know, I know how to handle it. I know how to like kind of cope with it. But it's still a bad situation. And I'm not saying these friendships are bad, but I'm saying to remain comfortable.
Right. And like I feel like that limits you so much is whenever you just want to be like comfortable. Like yeah, it's nice to like have something familiar in what you know, but like ultimately you need to like get outside of your comfort zone to grow.
You're definitely limiting like your potential for sure. And it's also like connecting with new people and finding different views.
Yeah, for
or
sure.
Like experiences, because we, although have similar experiences, we also have different experiences because of our age, because of, you know, a multitude of things. I was the first to leave, you know, for college. You stayed home, you know, so we had different experiences in that aspect. But even so, like living in a different city, like having different experiences and being able to like talk to people about that. We grew up on a farm, other people lived in the city, or like totally different environment.
Yeah, and like, you know, I have a bigger family. Like I had 4 siblings and I'm the youngest, and then I'll talk to people who only had one younger sibling. Like even the family dynamic
or
is
they're
so
a
different.
single child.
Or and like you don't think that influences you as much as it does.
It totally does. It totally does. Like I married a youngest child. Like Garrett is the younger child in his trio, or sorry, 2 dos. Oh my gosh. So like Garrett is the youngest. I can tell he's the youngest. They actually say that marrying like an oldest marrying the youngest is great. I don't know.
Well, like opposites attract.
Yeah, but I can tell like he's the youngest. I'm like, come on, like like you're like you were definitely the youngest. I'm an oldest. Like I don't know. It's like part of your DNA.
Yeah, but like meeting new people and like seeing the differences and like it broadens your horizon. You're gonna like try new things that you never would have before. Like for example, because it's like lunchtime and I'm getting hungry.
She's like, back to the lunchroom where I have no friends.
Oh my gosh, no, I make friends in the lunchroom. What do you mean? But no, so like you would try new food that you never had before. Like okay, California doesn't have fun foods, but
Lily's roommate is from California.
Yeah, she is. And so she's never been to a pizza ranch.
A pizza ranch, and in the Midwest, it's like a huge thing.
That's like a huge thing, and she's never been to a pizza ranch.
And so it's a different experience.
Yeah, and so she just broadened her horizons.
She's like, oh my gosh, I love this.
I'm not for sure about that.
Also, like, even...
pizza ranches, I don't know.
It's just fair on the spectrum. But like, even Garrett and I, like, we have different takes, and we lived in, like, still rural Midwest. But he, like... I forget what it was, but the party pinwheels.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so we eat party pinwheels. It's like tortilla and olives and cream cheese and like pickles
and
all the
like
things.
ham.
And ham. Okay, so that's a party pinwheel. And he called them, oh my gosh, it was so weird. It was like frog eye. He said, oh, you like the frog eyes? I said, frog eyes is a tapioca salad.
Yeah.
I was like, he's like, what? No, that's a frog eye. I was like, no, like, what are you saying? Like, those are party pinwheels. Like,
yeah.
Party pinwheels. That's what our mother made us. Like, it's a party pinwheel.
Oh my gosh, she made them every New Year. I love them.
I love them.
They're so good.
But that was our shared experience.
Yeah.
And Garrett didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, you put pickles in them? Like, that's weird. Like, I don't like that.
Wait, where do you get the frog eyes from, though?
I don't know. That's what he called them, like a frog eye. I was like, because it looks like an eye, I guess.
Maybe.
I was totally confused, honestly. I was like, this is not quite right.
The point is, broaden your horizons.
I think you're lying to me. I just think it's so weird how, like, just people have different, like, aspects on life or different sayings or, like, and we literally both grew up in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Like, how can that be so different? Or, like, a scotcheroo. Like, some people don't know what a scotcheroo is, which is, like Rice Krispie treats, peanut butter, and like melted chocolate on top. Some people call it like a peanut butter bar.
Yeah, that's weird. I know that like the Casey's, so Casey's is like the gas station of the Midwest too.
Yeah.
So like Casey's calls it a peanut butter bar, I think.
I just don't understand. It's a scotcheroo.
It is a scotcheroo.
Like, they're so good.
But like even pronunciation too. Like, so our aunt who lives in Missouri says wash instead of wash.
Yeah.
There's not an R in wash.
I've always said wash. Like, never said wash.
No, I heard Logan say wash like 2 months ago when I was visiting.
What?
She said it, and I was like, I'm sorry, excuse me, ma'am.
I did not say wash.
She did. She really did.
Sometimes it slips out. Like, what, wash rag?
Wash rag? Okay.
I'd say wash rag, I guess.
You do not.
Yeah, wash rag.
Stop.
I forgot about that.
Oh
a wash
my God.
rag? No,
A
wash
what?
rag. Grab that wash rag.
Oh, wash rag.
Yeah, you did say that on accident. Do you say supper or dinner?
I say dinner, I think.
I say supper. I say, what are we having for supper? Because
It
I call
depends.
all the meals supper.
I say supper or
breakfast.
dinner.
It'll be breakfast. I'll be like, what do we have for supper? Garrett's like, breakfast? I was like, whatever, the morning meal.
The morning
I
meal.
call it that sometimes too. But honestly, like, I'm just so happy for you in this time and period in your life that you're able to like experience and do things. It's definitely like making me nostalgic about like my college experience, and I don't want to be that person and be like, well, when I was in college, you know, I try really hard to let Lily have her own experiences, and I try also, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I try really hard to like not push my opinions on her too much. Like, I try to be super open-minded, because I remember like when people would just like push their opinions on me or like what I should do with my life and all the things. But like we said, people have different experiences, and they might have thought that it was like super bad, but like you experience it totally different.
Yeah.
So I try really, really hard to like let her do that, but sometimes she just get too excited. You're like, I loved my college days. Okay, do you want to see a photo? Like, it was so much fun.
I do love college though. Like, it is a lot of fun. Like, my classes, okay, they're kind of annoying that I have to go to them every day, but ultimately I enjoy them. I think that they're pretty easy. And like, I'm not taking like intro level classes.
Yeah.
Like, because I took classes in high school, right? So I love it though. I think it's so fun. I'm learning about topics I love too.
Yeah. I loved college too. I love the school aspect of it. I loved learning. I didn't necessarily like turning in papers at certain points, but like I'm pretty good at writing. Like I could get together. College was not hard for me. Maybe it's because of my major that I picked. I don't care, but like I had a blast. I had so much fun.
Yeah. And like, so academically, athletically, and socially, I love all three of them.
Me too. I didn't do athletics, but
Well, you watched from the sidelines.
Watched on the sidelines. No, the social aspect. I love people. I think you love people.
I do,
and just like making the connections even when it's hard.
Yeah.
And when you're a bit nervy. So speaking of connection, where can everybody find you and follow you if they want to keep up with your college life?
Oh yeah. So Instagram is Lily_Mayo_. I don't know who stole Lily Mayo from me, but that was rude.
We have had like branding talks so many times. Like, I'm like, Lily, no, you need to be branded. Me everywhere is Logan Lee Miller. I wanted it. I was like, this is why I'm unhyphenated, but hyphenating my last name, like because it was available.
Yeah, but someone stole just Lily Mayo, so
Fight
so
them.
sad.
Fight them.
And then TikTok.
If you have the Lily Mayo Instagram handle.
Please give it to me.
DM us. We'll offer you a $5 Pizza Ranch gift card.
Oh, yeah. I think I actually have a gift card.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
It'll be yours.
Okay, perfect. And then TikTok is Lily Mayo. I did get like the plain one. I will say though, I haven't posted anything yet, but still follow me because I'm gonna turn into like a running vlog girl.
I know. So while we were running across a little boardwalk today for Lily's run, I vlogged her. I was like, this would be really good for your Instagram.
Yeah.
So she might put her first video out today. So go give her a follow. Thank you so very much for listening. It's always fun when my sister gets to be on with me and I get to chat and giggle. I hope that you liked it. We are going into the new year, so if you could give me a rating and a review, I'd really appreciate the feedback as I try to format my podcast for 2024. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.